Well, welcome everybody back to our third installment of this. I didn't think we'd be doing any more of these because I thought, well, I wasn't sure if the Leafs would have made it this far, hence they haven't. I definitely didn't think the Habs would be making it this far. But my compatriot here, Will deVry, everybody, is expected this from the beginning. This is exactly according to plan. Isn't that right, Will?
Well, I believed, but like I said, I was just about as frustrated as Guy Lafleur after they were down 3-1. Guy Lafleur, I read an article and he said, yeah, I didn't think they were coming back after 3-1. But
and then he's like, oh, yeah, they're playing the Leafs. They'll be back. No problem.
Well, you know what? You can't rely on individual efforts like you can in the regular season here in the postseason. I just, individual efforts out the door. And you know what? They rallied as a team. Their depth came through. I mean, I'm more nervous for this series than I have been than I was for the Leafs and Jets.
Why is that? Because they have fans in the stands, like your team.
Well, yeah,
midway through the series.
We talked about that. Well, first of all, no Canadian team has played an American team this year, so I don't think either one really knows what to expect. So that's kind of good. They're kind of on par there. Let's face it, they've got 20,000 fans in the seats, and you're still pissed that the Ontario government didn't allow, 2,500 in Ontario. So,
Totally. And not only are they 20,000 fans, they're 20,000 like rabid fans, dude. Like those fans in Vegas are crazy.
Yeah, well, they do pipe in some, crazy Vegas circus acts into the whole thing. I've been to a game over there for the playoffs in the past. And personally, the Vegas act is too much for me. I like to experience, the hockey fans.
Sure.
I want to know that I'm sitting with hockey fans and not like Vegas circus act fans.
What's cool about your team is that they clearly are built for the playoffs, man. We thought, maybe the first round and last time we spoke was like, whoa, was that just kind of was it because you played the Leafs and we got this weird thing hanging over us? Was it because we had some injuries?
But Montreal has 4 really good lines, and so does Vegas. So, the depth it's scary on Vegas. It's scary. If you're the Vegas Knights, you're going up against 4 strong lines in the Canadians. Everybody's rested. It's crucial that you play 4 lines because it's a 7-game series. So,
yeah, this one will go the distance, I think, for sure. And and it's amazing to see because you and I talked around game 2 or 3, and I was like, Colorado's like that top line of Colorado is like no one can stop them.
What'd I say?
Well, you said Vegas in 6, which I texted you last night. I'm like, you called it, but I still can't believe what the tables they turned, man. All of a sudden, Colorado's line disappeared, and Vegas completely woke up, man.
I don't know. I mean, I just knew it. After Colorado was up 2-0, I know I texted you and I said, the Knights don't lose from here on out. One of the best goalie matchups ever.
Oh, it's going to be phenomenal, man. 2 guys that are going to stand on their heads, and you got the French-Canadian connection too, which is really cool. And
you got
Vegas. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you got the Fleury French Canadian thing. You got 3 other guys on the team, Marchessault, Roy, and
I want to say Pacioretty, but he's not.
Carrier. And then you got Carrier. So you got 4 French Canadians. You got Pacioretty,
who was a lifer there until the.
I mean, but he didn't show up, and again, going back a couple of years, Pacioretty was really all we had, and he couldn't do it by himself. Now he's doing well because he has a team playing with him. So
why he's the same thing like you had in Toronto with Phil Kessel. Kessel wasn't he can't be your only guy.
Yeah,
he can be. He's a complimentary goal scorer and he's a role player.
Let's face it. The Vegas Knights are riding high. They won 4 in a row. Canadians won 7 in a row, but the Vegas Knights, they kind of slayed the dragon out there. I mean, they pulled that sword out of the rock. I mean, Colorado Avalanche won the President's Trophy. I mean, I'm nervous. It's like Canada versus
Vegas is almost. Yeah, and Vegas is almost technically the same team that won the cup.
Oh,
You know, they've been there. You know, they got a lot of guys on that team who are still who won the cup. So that's, and it's been a couple of years, so they want it back. I think it's really tough to repeat in any league because you know how much of a grind it is to get back. But it's been enough time that I think they're pretty hungry again too, right? So, but you got guys on the Habs who haven't been there before that are, you know, Weber hasn't won before, right?
nope. No, and a lot of people are hoping like he's kind of like the Ray Bork, you know, like he's got to win his cup. You know, I think listen, I think Vegas right now looks like they're better at crowding the net. I mean, their deflections are insane. You know, Canadians are playing all three zones really well right now.
What's your prediction?
It sucks because Vegas has the home advantage, and they're almost unstoppable in Vegas. That's why I'm like hoping the Quebec government opens up the Bell Center. But damn it, on paper, you're just like Vegas for sure. But because the way Price is playing all four lines, Vegas has got a better line up in the defensive side, a little bit deeper. But I don't know. I'm thinking Montreal in 6.
6. I think it's going 7. I think you have to look at who wins out by position. I think you say the Habs win with Price over Fleury, because Fleury still has those 1 or 2 gaffes. You know, he comes up with those crazy athletic saves. But Carey Price doesn't let in those weak ones ever. Not when he's playing the way he's playing right now. I think Price has the advantage in goal. I think toughness and Vegas has the advantage. I think just sheer talent, you got to give it to Montreal, the ability to score goals and speed. But I think Vegas has the edge as far as how many lines they can roll out there that can score and kind of beat you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I'd say Vegas in 7, but I'd be happy with a Montreal win in 7 for sure.
All right, everybody. Listen, thanks a lot for joining Dominic Zamprogna and myself, Will deVry. Go Habs. Go Canada. I predict Habs in 6. Dominic sort of thinks Vegas in 7. We will see on the flip side who wins. Habs, Eye of the Tiger. Don't forget your dreams of the past. You got to fight just to keep them alive. Let's go, Habs.